world is for you to
subscribe.
Against Void Spirit, or maybe Faceless Void can also go mid against Void Spirit and have a pretty decent farming there and have very high levels as well.
I admit nothing but my sadness.
Yeah, that's an option as well. That's an option as well. I think we there's no point second guessing. You know, we know what happened last game. We just got ourselves confused and upset. Started crying, and it was very confusing. What's up?
All right, I think they're gonna aggro tri lane, put the Veno in the safe lane, and
can't do the full twitch. Oh my god, that just blown up again. Is he dead?
No.
He is. Oh my goodness.
How's top looking right now? It's pretty even. They get a pull off on the Rubik. Oh, Socks hella out of position here.
Lift, right back. He's in some trouble. Mid one needs to get some bashes if he's going to save Socks right now, and he doesn't even able to do that. And it's going to be a courier
base though, and heal up. Limp does have a top Jakiro once again.
Yeah, they're just utilizing this combo. S4's not done. He's going under the tower for this one. He knows that mid one can't do anything about this. There's no disables on the Faceless Void saving, unfortunately.
Well, FNG bottom.
He might be the first kill for OG here if they can bring him down, but of course they got to be careful off the Deny. And actually, Nico Baby, they're just turning this around. They're just going to straight up kill Saxa. And now the Deny comes in, Nico Baby murders his teammate, and OG yet still to get on the board.
Oh no, but that he can play off at the moment. I think the Earth Spirit is okay with the rolls, but you really want to guarantee the kill if you're going to make a rotation with the mid.
I can see why no tap all his clarity here. He's just saying super far back. Meanwhile, Sox is down, FNG down as well. Elsewhere on the map, the Chronosphere gets dropped onto the Bloodseeker, and it is doing nothing. It is doing absolutely nothing. The follow-up damage, non-existent. The damage full stop is non-existent. Nice dodge on the silence there, but is it going to be enough? Don't think.
Saxa has a rolling.
Yeah. Oh, they managed actually to catch him out with the rock there. Saxa gets himself a double kill up in the top lane as the CM and the blood. He's ruptured, Steven. That's what's going on here. Sox is going to try and come and help him out, and there's a TP coming out from No-Tail as well. The mid laner has arrived, and the CM, she's going to be the target right now, and they do get her down, but in comes a Void Spirit as well. The other mid laner is here. Who's tougher? I think it might be Lim. Everyone's still trying to fight up into this. Meanwhile, the Jakiro, he's been left behind by his team a little bit. He is going to drop. No-Tail still trying to drop the nukes from the sidelines here, but the fireball comes in from Hanskin. Meanwhile, in comes Saxa. They're looking for the violence here, but they can't actually connect with anybody, so it looks like, well, S4 just running into their faces. Mid one with a brand new Morbid Mask wants to, Mask of Madness wants to try and bring this guy down, and they will get the nuke, but Hanskin gets a return kill onto No-Tail. Mid one pops that Mask of Madness, try and bring down Hanskin, can't connect with him, and this is going to be a disappointing fight up in the top lane for OG, I feel.
Seconds too. Maybe they can get another kill onto his top lane on S4 too. That'll be very nice.
Yeah, next Chrono. We want to see something happen. Talking about something happening. Saxa. Oh god. Yeah, he's out of the equation, unfortunately. S4 will take that one. Mid one. Trying to look for something. There's a lot of heroes around. He's got to be careful. There's a Void Spirit in the neighborhood, but they're not really interested in trying to kill off mid one here. That's about the biggest play they could make, I think. But unfortunately, Limp is jumping the Jakiro in the middle lane, and Nico Baby turning up to this one as well just to secure that kill. They will bring him down, and then guess what the time is? We see a carry at mid.
Tower middle. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Catapult online. Nico Baby soul farm.
Although there's a lot of damage being nuked into the Void Spirit to start off with. He's down to about half HP to start off this fight. The Magnetizer's coming towards him as well. There comes a Chronosphere. Do they have the damage to finish with the Void Spirit? You bet they do. But Rubik, he's stolen the Chrono from the side. Meanwhile, Nico Baby jumping back in. Wants to try and bring down mid one. Mid one does have the time walk to get rid of the damage from that waveform, but a roll forward from Saxa does connect. And now Hanskin with the Chrono of his own, but he's actually caught his Morphling inside of it. Whoopsie. Mid one's like, hey, this was my Chrono too. Unfortunately, no one is really doing any damage into it. Now the Faceless Void just gets nuked down by Nico Baby. Nico Baby looking for his next target. Going to drop that ultimate onto himself, but Nico Baby is unable to really follow up with any damage here. No-Tail's going to be absolutely fine, and it is just going to be a trade.
But then that Rubik with that stolen Chrono comes in.
Yeah.
And just makes things very interesting. Cryptoman also scaling up her ultimate at level 6. Helping out with that kill onto the Void there.
My sweet little child. Gone down
it was just a really hard hero to play.
Especially, you know, Morphling just DPs into this one. They have the damage to bring it down. They do. They have the nukes. Nicely done, OG. Saxer and No-Tail punish, but now the punishment's coming back the other way. You slap my bottom, I'll slap yours. No-Tail maybe in some trouble here. Purges himself off, but unfortunately with that Dissimilate coming on down, they will bring down No-Tail. Saxer's still waiting though. Him and Sox think we're making something happen here. I don't think they've got the damage though, but let's see. Void Spirit's going to be the target right now. What comes sailing on through? They've got the roll as well. Chambering it up very, very nicely, but unfortunately there's just not enough gas in the tank to run this distance. Meanwhile, Seb's coming in from the side here. Mid one joining in with this one as well. Meanwhile, a Macapire drop from Handskin and a Fade Bolt finish off Saxa. Seb actually just wants to back himself away. Meanwhile, Mid one's in the trees. Doesn't actually have a Chronosphere to make anything happen through this fight, so not really sure this is going to work out for OG here. And actually, they almost connect onto Mid one, but don't quite do so. Meanwhile, Seb pops the ultimate, throwing it down, landing it onto quite a few here. Mid one now trying to unleash onto Handskin. With No-Tail back here, they might be able to finish the job. The poison's out onto him, but it's just the poison over. They need the right click to finish the job, and Mid one will find it. Brings down the Rubik, and FNG dies on the sidelines to No-Tail as well. So that's going to be two nice support kills for the side of OG. They're finding them.
I feel like Alliance should have spent a lot of this time just pushing top and mid out instead of committing so many heroes into the safe lane. And just play to
up, immediately revealed. They find S4. Do they have the follow-up though? That just about connects. That's what they need. However, Sox, oh man, he tries to outrun with left right. Ends up taking a ton of damage and he gets dropped. Meanwhile, FNG just dropping down that ultimate. The Root won't cancel it. They can't get him with the right click. Saxa has to do it himself. But now FNG's a sit and duck at the front lines and that duck gets quacked. Meanwhile, Lim trying to run in the back actually. Thought he was going to try and jump onto No-Tail, but No-Tail pops the ultimate onto himself. Meanwhile, Mid one looks for him, won't find him, and that's going to put an end to this fight. Or is it? He's still here. And they're going to put the Chrono on him with his vessel. Maybe it's enough to bring him down. They need just a little bit more to finish off the job here, and they have it. Saxa gets the kill, doing some heavy lifting in this game along with Mid one here, but they are fighting these fights. Morphling dead again. Now they look for more, but unfortunately faces Void being held still. That Roger doing so much damage with the Blood Right as well. S4 just kind of running around the side of this fight now. Meanwhile, there's damage coming through onto the Void Spirit, and boom, in he goes. Gets taken down by No-Tail. Now looking towards the other hero as well. Handskin loses his life. It's S4 suddenly alone. Where did my teammates go? They just get popped. This Oracle, it does damage. Don't mess with it.
Yo, this Oracle is absolutely insane right now. Like how much he's able to do with the Earth Spirit. You know, one Boulder Smash, Silence, and then a few Purifying Flames, and anybody's dead at this point.
They drop. They absolutely drop. And he's going through 12 intelligence talent as well. So just, you know, buffing up his mana pool, buffing up his right clicks. He's a hero.
But I can't help but feel like Alliance just need to play on the lanes a little bit more and just like kind of push out those top and mid where they feel really strong instead of trying to engage into OG. But OG, they've actually made their way back into this game.
Where's the fun in that? Bro,
where's the fun in that?
Let's see some blood. Let's run at these guys and see what happens.
Yeah, this is an extremely violent game.
It is. Like what's on his mind this game. Hella fun. Oh, Handskin, see you later, buddy. And they might be looking at S4 as well here, but the Rupture's down onto Seb. I mean, they can't really make much happen with it. Meanwhile, FNG tries to drop the ultimate here, but gets cancelled out by Sox, and now they roll forwards, and the Spirit Vessel, I don't think FNG surviving this one, but meanwhile, S4 is getting pretty quick, and Nika Baby comes in the back to blow up that hero. Meanwhile, Lim kills off Seb on the back lines and looks over towards Sox as well. Sox wants to leave. Meanwhile, No-Tail. He's actually got himself the DD.
Check out all
works in this mysterious FNG. Yeah, there comes the damage. When you're right mid one in bottom lane, he's down for the count. That's going to be another kill, but OG, they can find some revenge by getting this tier 1 tower up in the top lane.
And because Alliance have noticed that, at this point, they're starting to split push much more efficiently. Nico Baby does have a Manta to remove the silence if need be.
Yeah, but he wants to save for the Spirit Vessel as well, is the thing. Actually connect with the poke. They go for this. Chrono comes down. Meanwhile, it does actually manage to steal on the Handskin, but do they have enough damage to the Morphling here? It doesn't look like they do, but they've got to change the table to follow it up with as well, and it isn't going to be enough. They're going to be trying to run himself away. They need a little more, and they find it. No-Tail with the nukes once again coming through with the damage to kill off the Morphling. Nico Baby taken out once more. Meanwhile, FNG dies solo to set.
Is that this Chronosphere enough to...
No-Tail 8, 2, and 6 on this mid lane Oracle. That is not a sentence I pictured myself saying this today. Meanwhile, they found a Bloodseeker up at top. Seb, Saxa, they're on top of him. They've cut off his escape as well with a cheeky little Plague Ward. He'll throw down a Rupture with his dying breath, but that's all he'll do.
Yeah, meanwhile, Limp is like, don't worry, Captain. I know what you wanted me to do. There it is. Cutting quick plays. Buying time, not letting OG get to the towers, and OG is just gonna go straight into the Roshan pit. I mean, they are Rosh ready, right? Boyd got that time lock, you got the plague wards that can help you do Roshan too, but at the same time, they do kind of want Alliance to come here and maybe try to take some fight so Oracle can continue to dish out this massive magic damage he's got at the moment.
He's getting awfully close to a bloodstone, folks.
Yeah, he is.
Like
he actually has it. If he
600 gold away.
Yeah. He just needs a bit booster at this point.
Yeah.
Very tame. If he ults himself and clicks Bloodstone, that's a full HP Oracle. Instant. Instant.
You're not bringing that guy down, that's for sure.
Well, you probably are if there's 5 heroes on you, but if it's just in the middle of a fight, then it's not happening.
Yeah. You have to commit pretty hard. With a 5-on-1, probably not. Any other situation, and probably they've actually seen Nico here, but the initiation is a little bit skewed. The one jumping straight onto the front lines here has got out so feeling pretty brave. Initially jumping onto the Morphling. Meanwhile, FNG, he's in a great position here, popping up his breeding field. They can't do anything about it. Soul's just gonna get run down. Meanwhile, mid-1 has completely failed to bring down Nico Baby. Looking towards FNG though, gets that kill. That's a little easier. Meanwhile, No-Tail has to pop that ultimate onto himself and back himself away. Alliance thinking of doing the same thing as well though. Mid-1 running himself in. He's got himself a Chrono with 13 seconds. They can keep this fight going long enough. Maybe they can find something of it, but meanwhile, Spirit actually can beat him down and faces Void. Does get caught inside that silence. He's running himself forward. He's not stopping either. Limp is going to be the target for now. Meanwhile, Handskin, he's got himself the Time Walk, so a pretty tricky hero to bring down as he pops that Magnetize, but doesn't actually connect onto Handskin. Meanwhile, nice purge comes in from No-Tail, kicking back Handskin as well. Meanwhile, mid-1 drops a Chrono onto Void Spirit, but just straight up dies in it. Oh dear, that's not the play. Meanwhile, Handskin, he goes down. FNG, though, they want to get on top of this Faceless Void right now. He's got no Aegis. Maybe they can kill him off. There's also no ultimate on the side of No-Tail, but they're holding a steady line here, OG. They're not going to let them jump forwards and run them down that easily, but maybe they should as Limp jumps in, penetrates deep here as he said, trying to get himself back, but FNG is dead. Meanwhile, No-Tail, he's struggling, trying to find his way around this fight. They're chasing him down. Socks, though, with a nice ice path, holding 3 of them still. That is actually going to turn things around for them a little bit. Nico Baby losing his health. Mid-1, they get the kill. Nico Baby's dead, and then we've crossed towards Limp as well. He gets ice pathed up, beaten on down in all directions. OG, they've actually turned this fight around on the back of that 3-man ice path from Socks, the guy who hasn't been playing Dota. Wow, I mean that's a feel-good moment for him, that is for sure.
This is insane. The go on him, then the backline is just going to keep on healing up this Void. So Alliance, they just feel like they don't have the damage to be able to take any fights right now.
They really don't. They really don't. I mean, Nico Baby, he's died so many times around, and he's still the richest hero in the game. Don't get me wrong, but man, he's had some awkward situations. This draft seems to work really well into Nico Baby, and now the Rupture comes down into mid-1. Mid-1 just going to get down to the low ground. Wants to keep his distance here. Doesn't really want to bleed out to the Rupture though. Having to use his Time Walk strategically to get himself away. But now the Rupture is gone. They can look for a target. They've got the ice path onto the Morphling once again. Hit it stolen and used by the Rubik's. Turn this one around, coming back in their direction. FNG's popping that other from the high ground, trying to force him back. Saxa so low, saved by No-Tail. He's going to throw in the heals. Meanwhile, mid-1 turning into the Bloodseeker. Now looking over towards the Morphling instead. Once again, the ice path onto the Morphling, kicking him back as well. Nico Baby still trying to take down, though. They will bring down mid-1, and this is going to be Alliance now opening up this fight. Without mid-1, there is not much behind OG, but Seb pops the ultimate, looks in towards the Void Spirit right now. Oracle's coming over as well. He's got a bit of damage to drop here, and FNG, he's just going to get absolutely nuked. Now they're running themselves back on the side of OG, but in comes another nice ice path from Handskin from the high ground, holding back Seb, but with Socks holding the line here, somehow OG are able to escape with the 4 heroes alive. Wow, I can't believe they kept on fighting.
They're going to force OG to walk up this hill and fight them here instead. I love this play from Alliance here. This is exactly what they got to do.
Rupture onto Venom, meanwhile. He's okay with it, though. He's just going to sit on the front lines. Having a great time with it, really. He's coming down. Meanwhile, that's a deep dive from the Spirit, trying to come into the backline to control up FNG. Meanwhile, FNG just pops off the ultimate. Nico Baby looking forward, coming onto Socks now, knows that he can control this guy and bring him down. Meanwhile, the S4, he's just dying to the poison, to the fire, to the Spirit Vessel. Meanwhile, in the back, Limp is actually jumping on top of No-Tail. Knows the big target, and then comes Nico Baby to finish the job. No-Tail's killed off Seb on the run as well. Has the poison over in about 3 seconds. Probably doesn't want to use it in this situation, though, as they lose Limp, actually. Spirit. Dude, Saxon's doing so much work in this game. It's actually ridiculous. And he's not done. They're going for the Morphling here. Really? Like, really? But there's 3 heroes down the side of Alliance. What is this game? A really good plan. Seb walking up the high ground, might be immediately brought down. He needs to get off his ultimate before he dies. If he does die, he actually pops a Greaves and now gets saved by No-Tail as well. And he's going to be absolutely fine. Touching the Bloodseeker, he's in trouble. Got a little bit too deep here, and Mid-1 just tearing him apart, and they get that kill instead. The fight belongs to OG right now, but it could go anyway as in comes Lim from around the sidelines. FNG with a beautiful ulti from the sidelines here, but unfortunately they catch him and they bring her down. FNG Maiden no longer as they take down 2. An OG spine hand skin here, but that's not really an opportunity. Middle tier 2 tower, that's something they can take. Oh, this, they've got the nukes coming down onto mid one, but no, they actually interrupt this with the Yules coming up from the Earth Spirit. Now the Chrono comes down onto the Morphling. They need a little bit more than this. Saxon trying to time it right, doesn't quite do so. Just blasting himself onto the side of that Chrono. Nico Baby still trying to fight here, but losing a lot of HP. Although No-Tail, he's actually got the purge coming out onto him, and in comes Seb as well, dropping everything they've got onto Nico Baby. He's trying to more strength, he's trying to do anything to keep himself alive here. Alliance just throwing bodies here as Lim comes down. Handskin might take his place and end up dying, but he's got the time war to get himself away, and now Mid-1 could be in some trouble. Good damage down coming out into him, but No-Tail, he's still holding back. He's got that false promise, so no one's really in that much danger as the Rupture comes down once more here onto Sox. He's going to be the target for it, and the fight moves up north. More spells being thrown. Both teams just really kind of throwing spells at each other over again, seeing if there's a weakness, and in comes Handskin. Lift up, throw back onto Seb. For Seb, he's okay with it. Though he's got no poison over, he's ready to sit on the front line with all these auras and try and take down some heroes. OG still waiting, still looking. They don't need their ultis to fight. As long as they've got No-Tail in the back lines with that save, they are feeling happy to have everybody else sitting out in front. And No-Tail just sitting in behind it. You can't even, it's not even one of those games where it's like, just wrap around on the Oracle. Like, the Oracle's got a Bloodstone, dude. Like, this guy's not easy to kill.
Yeah, that's not a real thing to wrap around onto the Oracle at all. Maybe you can catch the Oracle with like a stolen ice path, and then he gets stunned up for a long time, and you can commit onto a kill like that because you know you have the telekinesis to follow up with. But it's really hard at the moment. Seb though.
Seb, yeah, this time surely he's in too deep. He will go down, but he does fly back into this one. Meanwhile, yeah, the silence comes through. S4 as well. They've got them 2 inside the ice path. Can they fix the job though? No-Tail, and they will be able to get that kill. Meanwhile, Sox just turns around, drops the ice path, drops the Macropire, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Handskin still with the Storm Ice Path doing so much work. Meanwhile, he is going to lose his life as OG come back and bring him down.
Oh,
that's
Nico
really important
Baby.
to get that kill as well. Meanwhile, the roll comes down. Nico Baby with the double damage, but he's surrounded by Hero, completely beleaguered, but in comes with teammates, trying to help him out here. Manta gets rid of that silence. Meanwhile, Mid-1 actually coming down onto Lim here, trying to bring him down. No-Tail helping him out as well. Throws in that purge, tries to lock him down onto the root here. Lim going down to the low ground. Mid-1 still chasing, but he's got that Rupture on him. Doesn't really want to chase any further than this. And this should be the calling it quits on the side of OG, at least for the time being. But we know for them, the time being is not a very long time at all, and they're going to be just continually pressuring Alliance in just a minute. In fact, they're heading straight into Roshan.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to play for here. And the Oracle did buy back, so I wonder if they will consider giving him the Aegis here. I don't think they should. They should give it to the Void, because he's the one playing up front. But No-Tail is going to have to be very, very careful, because Alliance is going to look for him. He has no buyback. That's their win condition right now.
Chrono in 10 seconds. Poison Over available. Of course, that false promise is up and ready to go. What is Oracle's next item? Oh, he's going for the Boots of Travel, but he didn't get it because he bought back into the last fight. Gotcha.
He has not been able to get another item for some time now, actually. Ever since he completed that Bloodstone. He's been playing like
Chrono on the 2. That's a nice one, and now the follow-up damage is coming through, but the stolen Chrono landing it down in the backlines. Handskin stopped up the follow-up damage, but they've already lost S4. Meanwhile, that Bob cuts on across onto 2, actually stolen by Nico Baby. It's Mid-1 saved just in time by No-Tail, now dodging out the heels. Nico Baby could be in some real trouble. Can they finish the job? Yes, they can. Saxa finds in Yules out onto the CM to stop the TP away. 3 dead, make it 4 on the side of Alliance. OG come barreling out of Roshan, and they bring down so many heroes along with them. My goodness, I mean, 2 ice paths are not better than 1, because Sox is just doing so much work with his. And the Chrono was beautiful from Mid-1 as well, just to start it off with a kill onto the Bloodseeker, and they don't even want Roshan. They want their high ground. They want to force some buybacks. OG have smelt blood, and they want to rip this wound further open.
Wow, that Guardian Greaves into that Oracle ulti coming in so clutch onto Mid-1 there.
Oh my god.
Keeping him alive, being able to kill that Morphling. Oh, Alliance, they thought they had that fight in the bag too, and now they're gonna lose
No-Tail's actually finding Handskin here as well, with Saxa helping him out. He's getting a nice long Fortune's End plonk on the head. Good night, Handskin. Have a nice sleep.
They're gonna go back into a Roshan now. Roshan pit, get that cheese and the Aegis.
Yeah, this Aegis belonging to Faceless Void. Oh, it's gonna be a toughie. It's gonna be a big, tough old game now for Alliance. 11k gold advantage for OG. But man, they've just proven that they can deal with this Morphling so well. Like, we need some other heroes to start stepping up. This BKB on Void Spirit is so sorely needed, yet how can you?
I mean, they've just been fighting so much on both sides that they're so poor on all these heroes.
Yeah, literally.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Like, it's 33 minutes in and the highest net worth is 15.7k. That is not normal. One bit. Like, this is
That's
how
what I
much
mean, right?
net
Like,
worth.
everyone's items progression has just stopped. It's like, items in the last 10 minutes have been like, no, we're none.
And these heroes are like holding buybacks and things, and it's only like 30 minutes in the game. It's just insane.
Just toying with mid one at this point. The Magic Immunity helping him out from the blast from Nico, baby. Feeling about the ton as well. He's wanting to go back into this one. He's trying to jump onto FNG. FNG way too far forward, and he's going to get killed off. 70 seconds on the sideline for him. Now, well, jumping in. Rupture comes down on to Seb this time. All right, well, he's not too bothered about that, to be honest. And they're ready to jump straight back in once it is gone. They've got the Chrono now. They've got the Poison Nova. OG, they want to put their final mark on this game, and in they go. Chrono comes down, and lastly, look towards the Rubik. He's going to be the main target here. Mid one does not have a BKB, so he's going to have to dodge out the simulators. The rocks have come in, and actually Sasa coming in to join it here, but he won the backlines. So Nico, baby, doing a good job of being grabbed the rest of his team, or is he? They haven't actually killed them off yet, and now Mid one's on top of him. He's got that Spirit Vessel on top as well. He's ready to break it off. There's not. He's just dead. The Morphling is out for the count, and they look over towards the Bloodseeker as well. Bloodseeker trying to get himself away. He's pretty damn fast because everyone's so damn low. He gets himself out, and they'll look towards Limp instead, but Mid one wants to stay with his team. He doesn't want to move too far away and put Notel in a dangerous position where he'd have to save him, and of course he has that Aegis anyway, so he's not that bothered. He just wants to take down these buildings, focus on the objectives while the Morphling is dead for another 60 seconds without buyback nonetheless. And they're just going to keep on plonking away, taking down those buildings. This middle lane of barracks going their way. Now there is a tier 2 up at bottom, so bottom lane of barracks won't be available just yet. As they jump the sidelines here, Seb's going to be the target, but meanwhile, in comes the Ice Path onto the Void Spirit, holding him still, but meanwhile it's been stolen by the Rubik and thrown back down. Meanwhile, Limp is going to lose his life regardless, so wasn't there in time to save him. Limp dead, does have buyback, but he is in death for 60 seconds. This pace, this aggression, this just all-out gameplay from OG right now. They throw it back another one out. S4's in some trouble right now, but they're going to try and back it up as Limp jumps into this fight. A roll in from Saxa, going to try and help him out here. S4's going to die. Again. And Limp, he might be in some trouble as well. He heals himself up, but when he comes down, he's going to be in the Ice Path. He's just brought back into this one, and he's going to die. Also 90 seconds, no Limp. They just go back to get in those barracks, but you know what? They might be looking for the win right now. OG, they are so close to actually taking the whole damn game. They haven't lost anything. They haven't lost anything, and the GGs are going to get dropped. Game number 2, it goes to OG. A crazy draft, but the Oracle mid, it actually works out for them. Unbelievable. How? What? Like, how did they play at that pace, even?
I mean, I gotta say, I think has a lot to do with the other part